Charlie, my man, how is it going? Nice to see you.
It's been going good, man. It's going good. All right. What about yourself?
I'm on only the best, only the best. So, I've been reading over your application there. Says you've been working as a plumber for the last 3 years. Talk to me, bro. How's that been going for you?
Oh, man. You know yourself. It's been going all right, but it's just lately it's been, nagging me. It's the long hour days. Just the people at work. It's just been getting to me recently, man.
Rough. It's been nagging you, man. Really getting you. Like, break that down for me, man. You said about the long hours, people around you. Talk to me. Explain to me, how's that actually been affecting you, man?
Oh man, it's just the long hours, coming home drained. It's just been rough. And the people at work aren't no help. Like they're just always on my ass about something.
Mm.
It's just been annoying me lately, that I tell you that much. Like,
Oh, yeah, man. No, I completely get you. So, obviously, the long hours you were talking about there, you know, help me understand, like, the long hours, what sort of hours are you working?
oh man, so I get up at 5, when I get lifted at half 5, because I work on site, you see, so it's wherever the
Mm.
work is, I go down. So recently we've been working up in Dublin, so it's up at half 5, down in Dublin to get there for, about 8, half 8.
Okay.
Work from 9 to 5, and then you're not getting home to about, half 7 that night.
Mm. Okay, well, that's a long day, like up at 5 o'clock, not at home to 7:30. Do you even find any time for yourself there?
No, man, there's no time at all. Like, it's just, early there, I just had a newborn, like, so it's just the money, money, money at the moment. Like,
Oh, you had a newborn. When did that happen, man? Congratulations.
thanks, man, thanks, man. She was just born there 2 months ago now, so she's getting rightly old now, so she is.
Okay. And are them long hours taking away time from actually, are them long hours taking away time from the time that you're able to dedicate to her?
Oh, definitely, man. I don't basically don't get to see her. Like, I get up for work, I come home and I'm up for an hour and a half and I'm back to bed. Like, you know what I mean?
So you don't get to see her. So like, how's that affecting you?
Oh man, it's not great. Like, especially because she's only born there. It'd be nice to, see her, help out the woman, like, look after her. It's just, it's been hard, like.
Mm, yeah, man, for sure. So there's a woman involved there too, right? So like, obviously, it's not ideal for you not being able to help her out, not being able to see the way into. But how do you think all this is affecting her?
Oh man, don't need to talk about it because she's off work at the moment now because on maternity leave, but like she's doing everything for herself, I can't be there to help at all. And when I
Mm,
am there to help, either the baby's sleeping or, just feeding the baby, like I just feel like I'm just useless. I can't do anything to help.
okay. And do you think she sees it like that as well?
I feel so, man, like it's definitely harder on her, like, because, especially because, like, the sleepless nights, and just not being able to have time to herself or anything, because I'm not there, no one to look after the baby. It's just, I don't know, it's just been really rough for both of us. Like,
Mm, okay. And like, like how long have you and the woman actually been together, Charlie?
so it's coming up to 4 years now, so it is.
4 years is a long time.
It
Like,
is what it is.
she must be pretty special if you've been together 4 years, like, right?
Definitely, man, definitely.
Hmm. Okay. And like, if she's so special, to you, how does it feel that you're ultimately impacting that relationship with her because you're in work all the time and you're not able to be there to support her and the baby?
Oh man, it's just, I feel so like it's hard to express. Like, it's just, I really want to be there, but it's just like at the moment she's not working, so it's just like all the burdens on me to make the money, if you know what I mean. I make the only source of income, so it's just for now it's just really, really rough on me too. Like,
Mm, okay. But obviously you've been working as a plumber for the last, you know, 5 years now. Why has this become so important to you now? It's just because of the newborn or
well, I would say. I would say maybe the importance has grown just as,
Mm,
there's an extra person in the house now, like, but over the last year or so, like, it has just been like, I can't keep doing this, like, it's not worth it now, like,
okay. Because obviously, like the child is obviously very young now, right? But say whenever she gets older, and say if you were to continue staying in this job, like how do you feel like that's gonna impact her and even your missus, further down the line, say, if it's in another 2 months or if it's in the next year, 2 years.
well, it's just, I just feel like things are just gonna keep going downhill and downhill, like, not being able to spend time with her at all, basically, like, it's just, it hurts me, like, when she grows up, she's not gonna really like, basically not gonna know who I am. Like she doesn't see me as much as I'd like, and the
Mm,
woman as well. Like the stress she carries, looking after her. She's so strong, but like you can only be so strong for so long, if you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah, because like Charlie, let me ask you this, like whenever you were obviously younger, like was your dad around?
Yeah, man. He worked like night shifts, so I'd see him a lot. Like when I came home from school, he'd always be home, so it was nice. Like
Okay, so like obviously it was nice to have him in that childhood or in your childhood, to make precious memories. Obviously you can look back on that now and realize how good that was, right?
yeah, man, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, so like if you know how special that is, how special that was for you, like how does it feel that if you stay in a job that you don't even enjoy, you're surrounded by people that you don't even like, are you gonna, how does it feel that that job is going to determine how your child sees your father?
Oh man, it's not good. Like especially. It can't even be the father that I want to be, it's really like where do I go from here? Like, I need out.
Okay, and obviously you're not going to be the father that you want to be, but are you going to be the boyfriend that you want to be for your girlfriend?
No man, that I see, it's just you said now, it actually kinda opens my eyes a bit more. Like it's just I don't even realize how hard it is on her, like bear in
Mhm.
mind myself, like you know what I mean? Like it's not the way forward, like
Yeah, man, definitely. Like your job is taking a toll on so many things here. Like, it's impacting how you feel in work, outside of work. It's ultimately affecting the people that are important to you in your life too. Your girlfriend, maybe your child isn't aware of how it's impacting her now, but as she grows up, she's going to become more aware and ultimately realize that, her dad isn't around as much as she probably would want him to be. So, based on everything you've told me, like, this job is taking away time from so many things. It's not the job for you, right? But like, you've stuck it out for 5 years. Like, is there nothing positive about the job?
well there is man, like don't get me wrong, like the money is very good, but you do have to go far to, get jobs these days, like because
Mm,
around where I work, there's a lot of companies that, do take up the small jobs, so we are always flat out around. Like and like you said, it's definitely not the job in the long run, like because it's just not the way that I see myself living life. I always expected, better for myself and when I was younger, better for my family, like. So
mm.
it's just definitely not the way forward, like.
Yeah, because it's honestly great that you're making good money and you're actually able to provide money for the newborn and your girlfriend ultimately, right? But like, sometimes there's more important things in life than money, right?
Definitely, man, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So you told me you don't see yourself like doing this, any longer. Don't see yourself doing this long term. But can you tell me when you actually came to that realization? Like, was it when the child was born, or was it any earlier before that?
I was actually there about a year and a half ago when we started getting that call down in Dublin because we have to do a whole like apartment complex. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
big apartment complex that's going up, like a couple of them. So we've been down there for a time, like, and once she told me she was pregnant, it was just kind of like, fuck, need to make the money now,
Mm.
and hopefully get out of it by the time she's here, like.
Yeah, of course. So, like, obviously, I a year and a half is a long time. And like, was that the only thing that was, obviously taking a toll on you, the traveling down to Dublin, or like, was there anything else?
No, man, it was just, not even having time to do anything that I enjoy, I used to play football, and do a bit of stuff, but like now I just can't. I can't do anything. It's just work, home, eat, sleep, repeat. If you
Mm,
know what I mean, like.
yeah, for sure. Because like, obviously, if you came to this realization, a year and a half ago that this wasn't going to work for you, right? Isn't going to work long term. Say, obviously you've been there for 5 years. Like, say you just continue to stick it out, for another year and a half, or say even for another 5 years. Like, how do you think that's going to look like for you then?
I don't think I'll have a woman anymore. I tell you that much. And you know, the baby won't get to see me. Like I just feel like it's just another kid running about the town. Like you know what I mean? It's just
Mm,
gonna feel like everyone's getting away from me, and I'm not gonna be able to grasp anything anymore.
mm. Yeah, man. Like, because obviously you told me how special your woman is for you. You know how great she is. You've been together for 4 years. You know, what would it actually cost you if that relationship was to come to an end?
Oh man, like it's basically everything. Like she's my world. Like it's just.
Mm,
If I lose her, like what else do I have except from work? Like it's just, I have nothing. Like
mm. So what do you think actually needs to happen then, so that this ultimately doesn't lead to that, and that your child can have the father that she'll ultimately want to have?
the first thing that needs to happen is just getting out of this, getting out of the job, or just, maybe finding something different, that's, allows me to see them more, and allows me that more freedom to do things that I want to do, spend time with the people I want to spend time with. But definitely getting a change of career would be the number one step. Like,
Okay, so yeah, so ultimately what you're looking for is a change.
yeah, man, definitely.
Like, tell me, Charlie, have you maybe tried any maybe other jobs, that with less hours before, or?
Well, just I have looked around, like, but it's just a lot of them require, a qualification or something that I just don't have time to be going and getting, especially, with a woman on maternity. Like, so
Hmm,
it's just been really hard.
okay, okay, because like you told me when you didn't see yourself from when you didn't see yourself doing this job long term, right? But when did you actually realize that you needed to take you needed to make a change? This couldn't go on any longer than it already has.
It's probably about 7, 8 months ago, when I realized that the baby, was actually happening, like we were having a child, like,
Mm,
and like the way I was working, it wasn't gonna work.
mm. Because like 7 to 8 months, that's a long time. Like obviously the child was only, a wee clump of cells at that stage, and now here we are, 8 months later and child's here.
Yeah,
So
man.
like, obviously 8 months, it's a very long time. Have you actually tried to do anything to change in the last 8 months?
Well, I was looking into, trading and everything and, the stock market and all, but
Hmm.
it was all too confusing for me. Like I just didn't know what I was doing, if I'm being honest. And then, you know, I came to see your content, 2 or 3 months ago. And I just thought, fuck it, what have we got to lose?
Okay. When did you actually try to trade, man?
So the trading was about, I think, 5 or 6 months, like so 5 or 6 months ago, and I, tried to stick at that, but it just wasn't for me, I think.
And how long did you actually stick at it for, man?
I done it for about a month and a half, man.
Okay, okay. And like whenever you actually started looking into it, what was the actual outcome that you were looking for?
Maybe just being able to, make a bit of money on the side, and maybe able to give up some hours and work, to spend more time at the house.
Okay. And were you able to achieve that outcome then, or not?
Well, I had one week where, we made, an extra £70, but other than that, it was it's usually losing money, lad, if I'm being honest.
Mm, okay. And like, why do you think you were losing money? Like, what was actually missing for you to be able to, get to where you want to be, make that extra money on the side that you were after?
I feel like for me, I just felt, I was a bit better than I was, at the time. I was like, I watched a video or two and maybe thought I was fucking, Eamon Gatsy, fucking,
Mm,
no fucking the whole shebang, like, but I really didn't, like.
okay. So what do you think was actually missing for you to ultimately not end up, not succeeding? Like, what do you think that was actually important for you to be able to see success in trading?
I feel like, you know, the videos I watched, I kind of just skipped over a lot of things, I didn't really
Mm,
break it down as well. It's like maybe I like having to be broken down so well that I could make a fucking cake just like that. It's just that I like having stuff in front of me just to, be able to do stuff step by step in a kind of way,
mm.
if you understand.
So was it like structure in a sense, is what you're saying?
Yeah, man, the videos were just, they just gave you too much and they just skipped over a lot of things. It was just, it didn't break it down as well as I thought that, it would.
Mm, okay. Okay. So ultimately, you knew what was missing for you to be able to see success in trading, right? You needed that structure.
Yeah.
So, like, did you go and try and get that structure somewhere? Those steps that you needed, or did you, essentially not do so?
Well, to be honest, man, I didn't like I did look, but it's more of like a half-assed look, It's just like, oh fuck, it's not gonna work. So just I tried to look for it, but it just couldn't get around it. Like couldn't find it.
Confused your man because you said you half asked it. You knew you had a baby on the way, right? Like, was that reason not important enough to you to, maybe not half-ass it and try to get the results that you wanted? Like, you knew what was missing, man. I'm just kind of confused here. Help me understand a bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's just I was doing it for a while, and I just I looked around on YouTube and like what to find, like what to look for, but I just got like kind of fell out of it. Like I just like I'm never gonna find this. Like it's never gonna. I'm
Mm,
never gonna find what I really need, like what that one spot where I need approval on. It's just I just couldn't find it anywhere.
okay. Okay. So, right, okay. Obviously, right. We'll move on past the trade and then it didn't work. Right. You tried it for a month and a half, didn't work out. But, you said you needed to change 8 months ago, right? So just because the trading didn't work, like, was that a good enough reason to just not do anything for the next 5.5 months after that? Or sorry, 6.5 months after that?
Definitely not, man. I kind of keep became complacent again, if you know what I mean. I just kind of it's like
Mm.
oh well, I tried something, now it's it didn't work. Oh well, here we are again.
Okay, and like, what do you think actually stopped you then from looking into something after the trading didn't work out for you?
Just I didn't know if that was maybe like the right way for me, like because I thought I gave it that effort, and, it didn't work. Maybe try someone else, but it just now that I think about it, it's just maybe if I tried a bit harder, I could have maybe
Mm.
already been out of this job.
So what, essentially the failure of from the trading hold you back from pursuing something else?
Yeah, definitely, like yeah.
Okay, and like what sort of results is letting that fear hold you back got you up to this point?
Just got me stuck doing more hours than I want to be doing. It's just not being able to spend time. It's just everyone's just gone downhill since then.
Mm. And like if you continue to let that fear hold you back, where's that? What's that ultimately going to bring you? Like, bring your missus, bring your kid.
I just feel like it's just gonna bring them further away from me, like if I'm being totally honest, man.
Mm, okay. Because like the way I see it, man, fear of failure. Like say for Charlie, do you drive, for example?
I do drive. I just passed there about 3 months ago, so I did.
Well done on passing it. Good to
Cheers, bro.
hear.
Cheers.
Another man on the roads.
No
But
one's safe
anyways,
now.
for sure. But anyways, whenever you were started to drive, jumped into the car for the first time, did you not have a bit of maybe fear, anxiety then? Using the clutch, the gears, the mirrors, all that at once? Like, did you just jump in and know how to do it, or did you
No,
have that
no, man.
bit of fear?
I was shit scared, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, like you said, yeah, I was scared as fuck, man. Yeah.
Okay, well then, like, how did you get over it then? Like that same fear?
Feel like having that, having like someone there that knows what the fuck to do, like when something's going wrong, and constantly doing it, step by step, just, kind of brought me to where, passing the test and everything.
Hmm. Okay. So like ultimately you got over that fear, right? Like you had to get over
Yeah,
that fear in order to pass your test. You
yeah, man.
knew that getting over that fear was going to be key to getting you to where you want to be. Ultimately, getting your driving test and getting on the road, right? Like, I don't see how this situation's any different. You knew that you needed to get over that fear of failure to get to where you want to be, making better money, working less hours so that you'd be able to provide more time for the people that you love, right? Your girlfriend, your child. So, can you see how by not overcoming that fear has been keeping you stuck?
Yeah, man, definitely.
And like, why do you think that has actually been keeping you stuck? Talk to me.
Just, not willing to even try anything, like, not wanting to just because I feel like if I put more time into something and it just doesn't work again, it's just a waste of my time, kind of.
All right, man. So, say if we went back 6.5 months ago, then to whenever you tried the trading and it didn't work out, right? What would you have done differently after the trade didn't work out?
I would have probably looked for someone else, someone that, had maybe more of like a step by step, not really a step by step, but something more broken down into easier steps to, work through and progress better in a sense.
Hmm. Okay, like say I was there, 6.5 months ago with you, right? And we were jumped on a call, and I gave you a guarantee that I'd be able to give you those step by steps and ultimately get you to where you want to be. Would you have progressed with that?
Definitely, man.
Okay, because like, tell me, what are you guaranteeing yourself right now if you continue to let that fear of failure essentially control your decision making and essentially, keep controlling you and not get you to where you want to be? What does that guarantee
Guarantees everyone's just going to be shit and everyone's going to get worse probably.
you? And say you were to take action and push that fear of failure aside, what does that guarantee?
Well, first of all, it guarantees that, I'll be pushing towards something that I want to do and maybe, get out of this job and spending more time with, the ones I love.
Mm. Because ultimately, do you want to be the Charlie that continues to let the fear of failure control his decision making and not get him anywhere closer to where he wants to be? Or do you want to be the Charlie that actually does start taking action and gets that time back with his loved ones, with his missus, with his newborn? Tell me, man, the choice is in your hands.
Oh, definitely the latter, man, because, it's just, it's the most important people to me in the world, them too, like, and it's just not being able to spend time with them is just killing me, man, if I'm being honest.
Mm. Because ultimately, you've been the first Charlie for a long time now. Why can't you just continue being the person that you've been?
Someone has to give, man, because if it doesn't, like, God knows what could happen, the woman could leave me, I could be stuck in this job forever, like,
Mm.
it's just, heaven just would look grim if I stayed the same.
So like based on everything you've told me, what do you think you would actually need for you not to stay the same? What would the solution actually need to look like for you to be able to overcome that fear of failure and to be able to get you closer to where you actually want to go, man?
Mm. Solution, I mean, maybe just, having like a way out, like being able to have someone by my side, when I have questions, giving me answers, just maybe even just a little bit of advice here and there, like just, pushing me forward, like something like that.
Hmm. So do you feel like that guidance alone would just be enough?
Well, the guidance and like I said earlier, the step by step, like to kind of go like maybe a bit hand in hand, some would say like
Hmm. Okay. Okay, no, I hear that. Like, because Challenger, is that a O'Neill jersey you have on there?
it is, yes, yes.
Right, so like what? Do you play a bit of football yourself or what's the story?
Oh, I did when I was a wee bit younger. Now I'm just, I'm a bit too
Hmm.
slow for the boys now, so I had to give it up.
Right, okay, okay, okay. Right, so like obviously whenever you start playing football for the first time, right? You had what, like a manager? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I'm guessing he taught you like, he had a structure that he followed, you know, so you could build up the skills and actually get you out on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like with that structure that your manager provided, like you would have just been able to hop on the pitch and I don't know, play Kerry in the All Ireland final there, a month ago? Would that have been enough?
I don't know about that, but here, definitely
Okay,
not.
okay, well, definitely not, right? So, what else do you think that you actually would have needed, to be able to go and do that?
Well, definitely, like, you know, the teammates, like, you gotta have people that, want to push forward, I suppose, to actually want
Hmm.
to win.
Okay, and like, why do you think like that would be so important then?
Because if everyone has the right kind of like, mindset that, going into the game, we're gonna win this, it brings a
Hmm.
belief out in everyone, like, and it kind of motivates people.
Hmm. And do you feel like that could be important to you now as well? Getting having people around you to essentially push you forward and that want to achieve the same goal as you.
I never kind of thought about that, but like now you said that, definitely like having people that have the same kind of, mindset, to want to improve, like would definitely kind of
Hmm.
help me, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure, man. So say I was able to give you you know, that structure, the guidance, and the people around you to actually drive you forward and help you get to where you want to be. Where would you hypothetically see yourself in 6 months' time if you had all this in place, man?
Probably at home with the missus and the child, not working in this shit job, so I wouldn't.
Hmm.